Stop drawing popular art. It's doing you more harm than good. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Srish and I'm a huge proponent of artists being true to their own unique, authentic art style. However, in the age of social media and just the online art community as a whole, a lot of beginner artists, and hey, a lot of experienced artists, feel the need to follow popular art trends in order to build a business. With so many people mimicking the styles of popular artists such as Sam Yang, Loish, or Wang Ling, there is no shortage of likes and comments to be had. However, in today's video, I want to talk to you about why this may not be the smartest choice for your art progression as well as your business in the long run. Also, after a week-long break, we're diving back into the Capricorn piece today, so you can watch me paint while we chat rather than just staring at a wall of text. If you enjoyed this video and find it helpful, then please remember to like and drop a comment below about what you think about popular art. And hey, subscribe to my channel because I put out new art-related content every single week. Alrighty, let's dive into why you need to stop making popular art. I'm going to start with a blanket disclaimer. This is not me trying to diss art that has become popular or artists whose styles are widely recognizable. I'm not even trying to diss artists who are inspired by popular art because that would just be dissing myself. It makes no sense. This video is mostly just me offering a bit of perspective, okay? All good, don't hate me. Awesome. The idea of popular art styles has been around forever. We have the classical Renaissance and Baroque art, we have Art Nouveau and Art Deco, we have neoclassical and realism. In fact, there is also some evidence that cave paintings made by ancient civilizations may have aspects of style and culture in the shapes and forms. Back in the day, art was very much a communal practice, and although artists are given this lone wolf isolated stereotype, most artists very obviously take inspiration from their predecessors and their peers alike. All this is to say that being inspired by other artists' style is not a new concept. And today, with how much of the art scene is online, it is easier than ever to find and learn from other artists. So what's the issue? The problem, my friend, lies behind how the intent of art has changed. Historically, a lot of art has been about conformity. You look at the works of Michelangelo, Raphael, Botticelli, and Da Vinci, and while you see the distinct details of each artist's unique flair, they do all follow very similar approaches to subject matter, lighting, colors, and rendering. However, as time has gone by, art has become more and more about individual expression, as I believe it should be. You start to see avant-garde artists like Picasso and Dali gain popularity, styles like Impressionism and Surrealism begin to take over. Why? Because art eventually became more accessible. People no longer felt the need to follow traditional rules of painting, they had the means and the ability to lean into their imagination. But just like with everything else in the world, art seems to be a cyclical field, and with the rise of popular art styles, I feel like a lot of people are starting to go back to the idea of using art to try and fit in. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed this, but it feels like the second a style of design or rendering becomes popular on social media, suddenly you have a million clones that pop up. I feel like Sam Yang, or Sam Does Art, is the most powerful example of this. His style is extremely recognizable. It's that super cute, stylized, ideal, feminine way of painting. And I even did a style study on this style many moons ago. And once his style went viral, it snowballed. Now every other artist you see on Instagram seems to paint exactly the way Sam does, or at least they try to. There's other popular artists who have had this effect on the community as well, but Sam's was the most prolific in my opinion. And obviously the problem isn't the artists who go viral. They're revolutionizing what it means to draw outside of the bounds of realism. The problem is when other artists, instead of learning and applying aspects of these styles to their own work, opt simply to mimic the entire style. Yeah, it's way easier and will likely get you loads of social media engagement right now. But guess what? Trends change constantly. Constantly. Whatever you're wearing right now, the slang that you're using, it will all be outdated in a few months. And if you've spent hours and days and weeks carefully perfecting the skill of copying someone else's art style and then they go out of style, oh boy, you're gonna have to find someone new to copy and start all over. But in all of this, the important question to ask is why? Why do you want to copy someone else's style? This is kind of a threefold question, actually. First, let's talk purely about the visuals. What is it about that aesthetic that draws you in? Is it the subject matter, the colors, the shape, language, and composition? Most likely all of the above. Which leads us to the second aspect of the why. Do you enjoy this style as an artist or just as a viewer? The reason an artist develops a style is because that is how they enjoy actually creating their art. It's not the end product that interests them so much as it is the process. But as a viewer, or worse yet, as a copier, you're likely interested in the end product, not so much the process. And as a result, you might well love the finished painting at the end of the day, but I can promise you, you will tire of the process and eventually just hate painting altogether. The joy of being an artist is not in the art itself as it is in the process of painting. And there is absolutely no point creating a painting that looks good if you did not enjoy the process of creating it. When you work in your own style, it may well be the end product that your audience sees, but the style itself actually lies in how you get there. It's the little things you do along the way, the little quirks and habits that really tie your personality into the painting as it builds up. And then there is the third aspect of the why question. Why do you want to copy someone else's style? Why would you rather spend ages and ages perfecting every last detail of someone else's form of expression when you could be out there inventing your own? Do you feel like your art isn't good enough on its own? Is there a self-worth issue there where you don't think your work is worthy of being seen, recognized, and appreciated just the way it is? Perhaps you worry no one wants to hear your message unless you wrap it in someone else's artistic voice. Or maybe it isn't deep at all. Maybe you're simply looking to make some money and popular art sells. Clients will much rather pay for a lowish painting than a random unknown artist painting. But guess what? If a client wants a lowish painting, they're gonna go to lowish. On the off chance they go to a lowish clone for a painting in that style, it is likely because they want to pay an insultingly low commission fee for it. Oh, I can name like 10 separate people who have watched my style study series and then come to me asking for art in someone else's style. And I always direct them to the original artist's email because I know for a fact that A, they are not trying to actually support that artist and any artist for that matter, because guaranteed they want it done super cheap. And B, that is so illegal. You can't make money off of someone else's work. And even if the intellectual property laws around art style are loose and can be worked around, it is also straight up immoral. So if you take away one thing from this video, let it be this. If you sell art in someone else's style, you're either going to jail or you're going to hell. Now, if you've been watching the screen, you've noticed that I've been painting in grayscale today. I wish there was a well thought out, sophisticated reason I could give you about why I've painted this in grayscale to begin with, but the truth is, I simply did it because I wanted to. It brought me joy this week to start rendering this painting in black and white. Why? Because I'm working in my own style, and enjoying the process and painting just how I want to is the most important part of painting in my own style. So stop trying to be someone else's brand of art. There's already 100 copies of them. There are none of you. Untapped market. Go fill it. So, what are your thoughts on popular art? Do you like making it? Do you absolutely hate the idea of it? Sound off in the comments below because I'm curious to hear what you think. And if you enjoyed this video and took something away from it today, then please remember to give it a big thumbs up so I know to make more of these in the future. My social media, pretty much just Instagram and Discord, are linked in the comments below. And if you want to grab exclusive rewards such as all of my speed paints from start to finish, all of my art, my brush kit for Photoshop and Krita that I made myself, you want to sit in on some live streams and also grab some one-to-one art critique, you can check it all out on my Patreon. I'll leave a link up here, and I thank you so much for your support. Alrighty, you guys, that's about everything I have to say today, so thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. If you're struggling to find your own unique art style, check out this video I did a couple weeks ago where I shared some weird and wonderful tips that you've never tried before, but they will get you a lot closer to finding your unique art style. So I'll leave that out here in the outro. Check it out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!